Welcome to Cheater Confessions. Let's get started with today's story. I was chopping onions when she dropped it. Emily stood at the kitchen counter, swirling her wine like it was some kind of announcement cue. So, she said, almost singing the word, I'm going to Vegas next weekend with the girls. No boyfriends allowed. I didn't flinch. I just wiped my hands on the towel and looked up. Vegas? I asked. Who's going? Me, Rachel, Carmen, and Liz. The usual crew. The ones who still acted like they were in college, even though all of them were in their 30s. Liz had recently broken up with her fiancé, so I figured this was some kind of reset trip. I set the knife down. No boyfriends allowed? She gave me that half smile. Don't start. I'm not starting, just... That's a strange way to phrase it. She rolled her eyes. It's nothing like that. It's just a girls' trip. We want space, freedom, that's all. I didn't love it. I told her that. We went back and forth for a few minutes. Not a fight, just enough tension to crack the surface. I said the whole no-contact rule felt like a setup. She said I was being paranoid. I didn't want her to go. Not like that. Not under those rules. But I could see how much she wanted it. The way her eyes lit up when she talked about rooftop bars and spa days. She was already mentally there. And deep down, I already knew what could happen. So I told myself to stop pushing. Eventually, I nodded. All right, go. Want me to drop you at the airport? I asked, trying to keep my tone light. She laughed. Oh, don't. You're sweet. But it's kind of a girls-only thing, like no boyfriends. At all. I leaned back against the counter. Okay, that's new. Emily took a sip of her wine. Don't be weird about it. Rachel's going through some stuff and we just want to be free. No checking in, no constant texting. Just us being us. You don't want a good night call? Maybe one. But seriously, we'll be at pool parties, rooftop bars, spa days. It's going to be nonstop. Don't take it personally. I nodded, but I wasn't smiling. Emily reached across the counter, kissed my cheek. You're the best. This is why I love you. You actually trust me. I said nothing. Trust wasn't the issue. It was how carefully she was laying the rules down. No calls, no check-ins, no updates, like she was setting up alibis, not boundaries. She walked off humming, already pulling out her suitcase. That night, I booked her an Uber to the airport for Thursday morning. She said again before bed, seriously though, no messages while I'm there. What happens in Vegas? She winked. Shouldn't have to be hidden, I finished. She just laughed. Don't be dramatic. I wasn't being dramatic, but something about her tone stung a little harder. Thursday morning, I watched her walk through in heels too high for any kind of comfort. She turned once, waved like she was heading to a music video shoot instead of a flight. That night, I cooked for one, watched a rerun. By 11 p.m., I was scrolling Instagram out of habit. That's when I saw it. Rachel had posted a boomerang, 4 girls clinking oversized margaritas at some rooftop lounge. Emily is front and center, a guy's arm draped casually over her shoulder, just the edge of his tattooed forearm in frame. Caption, girls trip, no rules. The next story hit harder. Carmen had posted a video, not even trying to hide it. Emily was grinding on some guy on the dance floor. The guy's hands were on her hips. Her eyes were closed. I didn't pause the video, just watched it play out, then locked my phone and set it on the counter. I stood there for a moment, then walked into the kitchen. I just needed to move, think, breathe. After a minute, I picked the phone back up, opened Facebook, changed my relationship status, no caption, no drama, and not out of revenge, out of clarity. Friday morning, more stories poured in. Emily is in a tiny bikini, sitting on a guy's lap at the pool. Carmen's caption said, Sin City looks good on you, Emily. By noon, I needed air. I walked down to the cafe on 3rd. Quiet spot, decent coffee, no reminders of Vegas or what she was probably doing. I was halfway through my coffee when I heard someone say my name. It was Julia. We used to work at the same hospital. She was a nurse in the ER when I handled IT for their systems. Hadn't seen her in years. We said the usual stuff. Long time, small world, you look good, and ended up sitting down for a while. She still hated night shifts. Still had that practical smile that didn't try too hard. We laughed, caught up, and ended up grabbing a table for dinner. You seem lighter, she said. Newly single. I nodded. New enough. That night, I posted a story. Just a dinner plate and a wine glass. Nothing crazy. No faces. Emily saw it. Then the first message came. "Who are you with?" I didn't reply. Emily didn't call that night, just sent another message. "Don't ignore me. It's just a trip." I still didn't respond. She wanted no texting, no checking in. I was just honoring the contract. Saturday evening, Julia and I met for coffee at this quiet corner cafe again. She showed up in jeans and sneakers, no pretense. We sat for 2 hours, talked about hiking, stupid movies. At one point, she said, "You don't seem like someone recently single." I smiled. I wasn't planning to be. She nodded like she understood without needing more. We kept it friendly, no lines crossed. Later that night, I posted a story, just our 2 coffees, her hand reaching across for a sugar packet. Her nails were short, neat, and dark green. Caption, "Saturday reset." That one hit. My phone lit up like it hadn't in days. Missed calls from Emily. Then came the texts. "Who is she? Are you serious right now? You're doing this while I'm gone? Answer me." I didn't. She wanted freedom. She had it. Now she could sit in it. On Sunday morning, I was frying eggs when Rachel texted, "What did you do to Emily? She's freaking out trying to change her flight." Followed by another from Liz. "Seriously, Donald, it was just a girls' trip. You didn't have to be petty." I blocked them both without answering. Emily still hadn't messaged anything coherent, just noise. Missed calls, voicemails I didn't bother listening to. I didn't need to hear the panic. I could feel it from the silence that followed. Around 3 p.m., her WhatsApp went dark. No profile picture, no status. Then, an hour later, a post appeared on her Instagram story. A shaky selfie in the back of an Uber, sunglasses on, eyes red. The caption said, "People show their true colors when you least expect it." Comments came quickly. "Girl, what happened? Vegas too wild? You good?" I didn't respond. Just let the feed do what it does. Turn fiction into fuel. At 7:42 that evening, I saw her face on the doorbell cam. Emily standing outside with her suitcase, wearing a hoodie and joggers, no makeup, hair in a messy bun. She looked off, eyes puffy, mascara smudged from travel or tears. She pressed the doorbell twice, then started banging. "Donald, I know you're in there. Open the door." I stayed at my desk. She rang again, knocked louder. "You seriously locked me out?" I tapped the speaker on the Ring app. "Your things are at your apartment. I had them delivered yesterday." Her head snapped to the camera. "What are you talking about? I live here." "No, you stayed here. You insisted on keeping your own place for independence, remember?" Her face twisted. "This is insane." I kept my voice even. "You said no boyfriends allowed. I'm respecting the rules. You're blowing this up over nothing. Vegas didn't look like anything. Neither did the guy with his hand on your hip." She went quiet, just stared at the lens. Then she whispered, "You're gonna regret this." I muted the doorbell and went back to my spreadsheet. By Monday morning, Emily had gone full public relations mode. She posted a long, tear-streaked video on her story. I didn't expect him to be so cold. I thought he loved me. I was just trying to have fun. Every girl deserves a break sometimes, a little space. But apparently, that makes you a villain. She paused, sniffed. "He changed the locks. He locked me out. I don't even know where my stuff is." Cue the dramatic music and sad filter. The comments started rolling in. "Wait, I saw your stories from Vegas, though. Didn't you say no rules like 3 times? Girl, didn't you do body shots off some dude?" That guy in the gold chain looked real friendly. It didn't take long. Someone reposted Carmen's old story. Emily in a mini dress, dancing against some guy like he was auditioning to be her next boyfriend. Damage control failed, hard. Then she tried another angle, our mutual friends. Natalie, one of Emily's yoga friends, reached out later that afternoon. She wanted to know what was going on, said Emily was telling people I had overreacted. I didn't waste time explaining. I sent her 2 short videos, just enough to tell the real story without commentary. 15 minutes later, she texted back. Her tone had changed completely. She apologized for getting involved and said she hadn't seen the full picture. After that, I didn't hear from her again. Emily must have sensed her campaign was collapsing, because by Wednesday, she showed up at my office. She caught me coming out of the elevator. "You won't even look at me now?" I didn't stop walking. "What do you want, Emily?" "I want to talk, Like adults. You weren't acting like an adult in Vegas. It was a few days. Right. A few days that showed me everything I needed to know. I stepped into a meeting room. She tried to follow. My coworker stepped in her way. You're not allowed back here. Thursday night, I got home around 9. The lights in the hallway were dim, quiet. I unlocked my front door and immediately smelled something off. Candles. Dozens of them. Vanilla, lavender, and some other scent I couldn't place. Emily was sitting on the couch in a black dress, the kind she hadn't worn in a year. Surprise, she said softly. I didn't move. She stood up slowly. Donald, I get it. You were hurt. But we can fix this. How did you get in? She gave a small shrug. You never changed where you kept the spare key. I stared at her. You're not supposed to be here. Come on, she said gently. We used to live here together. I know this place better than my own. This is trespassing. Don't be ridiculous, she said, taking a step toward me. You didn't actually press charges. You just wanted to scare me. No, Emily. I wanted peace, and I wanted you to stay out of my life. She softened her tone. Come on. It was just dancing. I didn't sleep with anyone. It didn't mean anything. It meant enough to hide it, and post about it, and laugh while doing it. She closed the distance. We had 2 years, Donald. You ended it. I made a mistake. No, I said calmly. You made a choice. I stepped back and pulled out my phone. She crossed her arms. You're really calling the cops right now? Over this? I told you before. You don't live here. This isn't a romantic comedy. This is trespassing. I dialed. When the officers arrived, they found Emily still sitting on the couch, surrounded by flickering candles, dressed in black, as if this were some kind of twisted reconciliation scene. She didn't flinch when the door opened, just looked at them like she belonged there. They asked the usual questions. She wasn't on the lease, didn't receive mail here. She tried to argue, stumbled over her words, but the officers stayed calm, professional. I told them I didn't want to press charges, just a formal trespass warning. I wanted it documented. Emily didn't speak after that. She sat in silence as they explained the consequences if she ever tried this again. Then they stood her up, gathered her things, and walked her out of the place she used to treat like home. She never looked back. 2 months passed, quiet ones. Emily didn't try to come back, not physically. But she'd left fingerprints across the digital world. A new Instagram account popped up, all beige filters, inspirational quotes, and captions about healing energy and rebirth. I saw it because someone forwarded it to me, her attempt at rebranding. Didn't work. The internet doesn't forget. Clips from Vegas were still circulating, stitched together by someone online. A highlight reel of her weekend that cost her a lot more than dignity. Her followers dropped. Her friends started peeling off. Emily moved back to her old apartment, the same one she'd kept for independence, but hadn't paid a bill on in months. I assumed she figured she'd just stay with me indefinitely. Last I heard, through a mutual acquaintance, she was dating some guy named Trevor. Controlling type. Makes her share her location 24/7. No girls' nights, no travel without him. That kind of guy. Karma's not always poetic. Sometimes it's just efficient. As for me, Julia and I didn't turn romantic, but we stayed friends. Solid, grounded, simple. Then, last week, Emily sent one final message. It came from a new number. I hope she was worth it. You threw away everything for your ego. I was just dancing. I didn't reply, but I did smile, because I kept the screenshots, the videos, the voice messages, not out of spite, just clarity. She told me who she was, on camera, with confidence, with full volume. And I listened. Vegas didn't ruin our relationship. It revealed it. What happens in Vegas doesn't always stays in Vegas. Sometimes it follows you home, sits in your living room uninvited, and teaches you who someone really is. And sometimes, that's the best thing that could ever happen. Thank you for watching.